Hello my friends and welcome to the channel. In this one I'm going to show you how you can set up a website like Udemy where you can sell online courses, and other people can also upload their courses on your platform and sell, and then you can also make a commission whenever they sell online courses on your website. This is a website like Udemy, but also you can also sell digital products like ebook, similar to what happens on Gumroad. So let me go through this website very quickly. So we have this elegant landing page and it features the courses that are available on the platform. Let me scroll down to the bottom to show you. So this is an ebook digital marketing guide and it's selling for $15, which our customers can also purchase on the platform. And then we have other statistics and other simple things on the platforms. So let me scroll up and interact with the site like a customer. If I add this product to the cart, because I'm not logged in, I'll be required to log in. But right now what I want to do is I actually want to register. So I'll click on the register button, and then I'm just going to input some details here. This time I'll just say my username will be Zeno, and then the email will be something different, maybe this one. So this one, and then for the password I'm just going to use the same thing. So that's going to be my password, and I'll repeat that, and then I'm just going to click on register. So just in a bit it will register me and I'll be able to buy products on the platform. So right now it has registered me. As you can see, I have my name here and all of that. So let's go back to purchase that product on the platform. So I'm going to come here and add the product to the cart, which is the first step, and then I can see view cart. Now because this is the only product I want to buy right now, or I'm thinking maybe I should actually buy the ebook as well. So for me to buy the ebook, I'll need to go back to the home page or go to the shop page, whichever one I want to. Right, so since I'm already on the home page, I just need to come down to this interface and then I'll just click on add to cart. So immediately this ebook is added to the cart, I'm gonna see a button that says view cart, which will take me to the cart page. So right now on the cart page I have two items, which is the course and the ebook. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to scroll down here and say I want to proceed to checkout, and just by doing that I will be brought here. So now let me enter any details here, and then I'm just going to enter my credit card. I think I'll just get rid of that for now. So I'll enter my test credit Stripe credit card. So let's just do that, and then I'll enter my expiration date and then my CVV. Perfect. Now we can now come down here and say place order. So once we place this order, we're going to see what happens. So it will deduct the money from our card and these items will be added to our account. So as you can see, it has redirected me to enrolled courses, which is in my profile page. So if I come here and I click on profile, it will bring me to this same place. So when I say enrolled courses, you see here that I have this full stack Next.js course, which is my latest course, by the way. And I did not open the course, but I'm going to show you. So let me just go ahead and open the course so that you can see what the course interface looks like. So this is like the course landing page that kind of shows you a preview of the course. So if you click on show more, it shows you the course description and the rest of that. And then what will you learn? So it shows you all of this, and I'm going to show you how to create this as well. And then this is a bit of the course content, which is expandable as well. So basically, if I'm on this page and I have access to this course, all I need to do is to click on start learning. So you see currently I'm at 0 of 4%. So once I say start learning, it brings me to this page, and this is where I can interact with my course. Perfect. So I'm going to close this and go back to the page, the home page, and then I'm just going to go to my account. So if I go to my account, since I bought an ebook and this course, on this my account page, one of the things I have here is downloads. I'll click on downloads and it will bring me to the digital marketing guide, which I also purchased. So I can go ahead and download this digital marketing guide, as many times as I want. So I'll click on start download, and that will also be downloaded to my computer. I don't want to go through the motion of showing you that, definitely know how to open a PDF file. So, but that's it. So another thing on the platform is that your other instructors can sign up on your platform to upload their courses or to teach on your platform, and then you can get a percentage of whatever they make. So for example, if you set the percentage to 30%, if other instructors sell a course for, let's say, $100, you are going to get $30. So basically, for other instructors to register on the platform, all they need to do is to click on become an instructor and go through the registration flow, and after you've approved their account, they can be able to start uploading and selling courses on your platform. Obviously, there's quite a lot for us to talk about, but if we start to talk about them one after the other, we're going to spend so much time. So immediately, we're going to start setting up and building this amazing website you see here. All right, let's get started. Now, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please help me subscribe to the channel. Help us grow the channel. It encourages us to create more content. And also, if you would like to learn about programming, different kinds of programming with JavaScript, make sure you check out my website, course.zenotrustacademy.com, where I have the best programming courses on the internet. All right, let's get started. So for our hosting, we're going to be using Cloudways, because Cloudways is one of the best hosting providers out there that gives you the best value for your money. So I'm going to leave a link in the description on which you're going to get to this page where you can sign up for Cloudways hosting. If you sign up with the link, you're going to get 30% off your hosting bill for the first 4 months. Also, it's important for me to state that at the point where you're signing up, you're not actually going to get billed. You're going to get billed after the month has ended, after you've actually used up resources. So let me just quickly walk through the sign up process. So here I'm just going to add my first name. I'll say Zeno, and then my last name, and then I'll add an email. So I'm just going to add Donald Z. So make sure you add a valid email address, and then I'm just going to select a password. So I'll copy the password I have written somewhere and paste it in. Make sure you have a secure password, and then it's just going to ask you a bit about how what you want to use the hosting for. So I'll just say I'm a digital agency, and then my monthly spend, I'll just say $0 to $50. Now for this promo code, make sure you use Zeno Trust. So I'm just going to say Zeno Trust. And if you use the Zeno Trust as your promo code, so that's ZINOTRUST, you're going to get 30% off your hosting for the first 4 months. And then just agree, and then click on start for free. So I'm going to do that now, and it's going to just register me. After you do that, you may need to check your email to verify your email address, and in the next one we're going to log in. So I've created the account, and I'm here to log in with that account. So this email, and this is the password, and then I'm just going to click on log in. So I'm logged in right here, and when you log in, the very first thing you want to do is you want to come here, click on this your name or this icon here, and then go to my account. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to set up your payments and addresses. All right, because if you do not set up your payment and addresses, your account is not going to be verified. So first off, you're just going to make sure you enter your address. So I'm just going to quickly enter mine. So I quickly enter the first address, which is supposed to be the card address. Then I'm going to scroll down, and it's going to tell me to enter my billing address. So what I'll just do is I'll just say keep billing address same as my credit card address. So I'll click that, and next you're going to need to verify your phone number. So make sure you just enter your phone number and verify it. I'm going to verify mine before I proceed. Now you can see at the bottom of the page here, it says click here to verify. So I'll just click here and give it a couple of seconds. So basically what it's going to do is it's going to send you a verification code to your phone number, and you're just going to have to add that here. So I'm adding my code here. So that's 216, and I think it's 3, let me just be sure, 381. So I'll just add the code and I'll say verify, and it says my phone number is verified. Of course, it changed the items on the form and all of that, but I'm just going to go ahead and add the items back. So once you've done that, I'm just going to add a company name. For my company name, I'm just going to say Zeno Trust, and then last but not the least, I'll say proceed to payment gateway. Now basically it's just going to have you add your credit card so that after your billing cycle, after the end of the month, you can be billed and then your hosting will not be interrupted. So I'm just going to say proceed to payment gateway. Now as you can see here, it has brought me to this place where I just get to add my credit card details and then click on authorize. Now I'm going to pause the video and add my credit card details and then just click on authorize so that I can add my payment for this particular hosting. Now as you can see, I've added my credit card details. All I just need to do now is to click on authorize, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Voila, so it gives me the message here that it says that thank you for upgrading your account. So what this means is that I can go ahead and use the Cloudways platform anyhow I want to, put my website online. So I'm just going to close that and I'm just going to go back to the home page. So we're done setting up our hosting. What we need to do now is to create a server. So I'm going to click on add server, and it's going to bring up this interface here where I'll select my application. I want to run WordPress on my server, so I'm going to select WordPress and then the application name. So here I'm just going to say the application name is going to be Digital Hub because that's the name of the first app I'm going to create. So I'll say Digital Hub, but the server name will be WordPress server. So once you've done that, all you just need to do is I'll come here, I'll select DigitalOcean, and then I'm going to leave it at 2 GB of RAM. That's because I expect that when I create my course website, people will start signing up and there'll be a lot of traffic on the website. So I'll click 2 GB of RAM, and then I'm just going to scroll down here and select a particular address. Now the one closest to me seems to be Frankfurt, and I'm just going to click on launch now. So once you click on launch now, it's going to take like a couple of minutes while the process is creating the server. So I'm just going to pause the video, and immediately it's done, we're going to get started working on the application. So right now the server has finished the creation process. So what you want to do is you want to go to your application, and in your application you should see this Digital Hub, which was the name we specified for our WordPress. So if you open this guy up, you will see some details about it. Already a WordPress has been installed for us. So if you click on this link here, it should open this subdomain URL, which is like a WordPress basic install. Nothing much is going on here, right? So but before we go ahead and start customizing this, let's connect our domain. So this is where you want to come to Namecheap, and right here on Namecheap you can go ahead and buy a domain. So ideally I'll buy something that's related to the website I'm building, which in my case is Digital Hub, but I already have a domain that I kind of just use for tutorials, and that is this one, saslandingpage.xyz. So all I just need to do is to click on manage. So if I click on manage this domain, it's going to open up this domain, and there's nothing going on here. It's just Namecheap basic DNS that is connected to the name server. So I'll click on advanced. By the time I click on advanced tab here, then I can now come here and add a record. So first off, let me delete this one, and I'll just say yes to delete, and then I'm just going to come to, okay, let me just start. I'll say add new record, and then I want to add an A record. Now this time I'm going to set the host to @ and then the IP address. Now this IP address is something we can get from Cloudways dashboard. So if I come to this dashboard here and I scroll down a bit, you should see this public IP address. So just copy that and then come here and paste it in like so. Ctrl V, and then just click on this check mark to save changes. What this will do is that it will connect this domain to your Cloudways hosting. It's only going to take maybe like a couple of minutes to propagate, because what's it called, Cloudways IP is kind of very active and they have several points. So I'm going to come back here and then I'll go to my domain. So let's come here to, where is it? I know you can see it, but for me, I'm trying to find where it is. Okay, so this is it right here, domain management. So once you come to domain management, now you want to add the domain that you've pointed to. In my case, it's this one, SaaS landing page. So I'm just going to copy this guy and then I would click on add primary, add domain. So just paste the same domain in there and then click on save changes. It will add this domain to this your WordPress install, and then you're good to go. It's going to take a couple of minutes, so maybe I'll just wait for it to finish. So right here, the domain has been added. Now what you want to do is you want to make this domain the primary domain. So if you click on it and say make primary and then set as primary, what this will do is that it will make it, this domain you're trying to add is not authorized, please contact, really, that's landing page.xyz. Did I do something wrong here? I'm trying to figure out why. I'm not sure, but okay, I did not check it. I'm not sure I checked it. No, I don't think that is it though. This domain you're trying to add is not authorized, please contact our customer service team. Maybe did I make a mistake adding it? Okay, let me just delete it. SaaS landing page.xyz. I don't think I made a mistake. I'm not sure though. So I'm not too sure why that domain was not adding. So but what I'll do is I'll try to add it again. So let me just try to add it again. I'll say add domain and then I'll just select it. And okay, I think maybe I added a space behind it. So I'll remove that space and I'll come and say save changes. And then I'm just going to wait for it to add again. So I'll just try to install an SSL on the domain first. So I'll come to SSL certificates and I would also post that domain. So first of all, you need to add an email address, then you add the domain name. So that's this one. And then just click on install certificate. So I'll install the certificate, right? And I'll try to make it the primary domain. If it doesn't work, making it the primary domain, I think maybe because I've used it for several projects, so maybe that's why there's an issue, because I've used it for like 2 projects consecutively, making it the primary domain for 2 projects. So maybe that's why, I'm not sure, but in any case, this process should work seamlessly for you. Okay, so my SSL certificate has been installed. Maybe what I'll do is I'll try to open the SaaS landing page.xyz again. Okay, perfect. So you see right here, I have the SaaS landing page.xyz. It's opened up, right? And I think maybe I'll try to make it a primary domain again and see if it doesn't work as you know right now for me to make it a primary domain. I'll just know it's because I've used it for multiple projects. Okay, so funny enough, it doesn't have to be set as a primary domain. I can still access it here even without setting it as a primary domain, so that doesn't change anything. So the most important thing is that we've been able to set up Cloudways, install WordPress, and we've been able to add our domain. So in the next step, we're going to now start customizing the domain to look from this to this. All right, so I'll see you in the next one then. Too much. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the Cloudways URL since the I'm unable to add the other one. So I'll just use the Cloudways URL. Like I said, it's because I've used it, that previous URL, sorry, the previous domain for multiple projects on the same hosting. So maybe the server is confused. I don't know. So what I'll do is I'll open the admin panel. So but first you need to get your password and your username. So the username is the email, and then the admin panel is just /wp-admin. So go ahead and add your email and then I'm just going to say Control A and then add the password. So go ahead and log in, and it should take you to the admin dashboard. So I'm right here in the admin dashboard. Let me save my password, and then number of things I want to do. So first off, I would clean up this dashboard by clicking on screen options, and then I don't want a number of things to show: site health, activity, quick draft, WordPress. So I just want at a glance, let me just know how many pages and how many posts I have on my website, and then I'm just going to do like that and hide message as well. So let's go to our plugins. I'll click on, okay, let me make this bigger, Control plus. Okay, this should be nice, or maybe twice, Control plus. Okay, fine. So I hope you can see properly. So first off, we're going to do plugins. I'll say installed plugins, and then I'm just going to uninstall basically everything that is here except bot protection. I'll just uninstall Breeze, uninstall this one. So say deactivate rather, and then click on apply. So just so that we have a clean working slate, and then I'll just delete what I don't need for now. I don't need all these ones, I beg. So just go ahead and say delete and apply. As a rule, as a security rule in WordPress, if you're not using something, delete it. If you know you're not using it, just delete it to prevent any security issues coming from that plugin or theme you're not using. So we're going to install a number of plugins. So let's start with Elementor. So that's the first. So I'll click on install here, and then I would install. Okay, I'll just wait for it to install. So I'll say essential add-on. What did I just do now? Oh, I went to the previous page. I'm sorry. So let's go back to, so I'll say essential add-on. Essential add-on. Okay, so this is it, essential add-on for Elementor. Yeah, I think this is it right here. So click on install. What else do I need? So we're going to be building the school with a plugin called Tutor LMS. So we're going to need Tutor LMS. So I think it's Tutor LMS, yeah, this one by Themium. So they are quite popular and very good at what they do. Then I really don't need this one at the moment, but it's something you may need. Then I'm also going to need WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is loading. The internet is like kind of slow today. In fact, today we had an outage in the entire internet, in the country. So they just restored it, and it's quite slow. Then I'll say WooCommerce Stripe. Okay, this is WooCommerce Stripe payment gateway. Let me just type WooCommerce again so that it will know I've installed Stripe. WooCommerce Stripe. Okay, it wants me to activate WooCommerce first before I can install it. So maybe I'll just come back for that purpose. Okay, I can install it now by WooCommerce Stripe payment gateway. So install. And I feel like those are the things that I need as far as those are the plugins I need as far as this project is concerned. But if there's any other one, I can always come back and install it. Now, if you're in a country where Stripe is not allowed, like maybe in Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, you can use Flutterwave or Paystack. It's basically the same process. You just have to add your private key and your secret key. So now that I'm done with this, I'm going to come to appearance, and I'll come to theme. I want to bring in the theme. I want to install the theme that I need for this particular project. So I'll say add new theme, and the name of that theme is Tutor. No, not Tutor Starter. I think Tutor Starter, yeah. So that's the name of the theme, and this is it right here. So I'll just go to click on install. And we're going to be really fast with this one, and then I'll also activate this theme. So now that I've activated this theme, it's telling me that I need this plugin TutorMate. So I'll just say begin installing plugin, and I'll say install. So it's going to install this plugin because this plugin is required for us to build out the project. So I'll come to plugin and I'll click on installed plugins. It's at this point that we want to activate the plugins we've installed. Yes. So hey, what's this saying here? Okay, so I'll just highlight everything and then I'll click on activate and then I'll click on apply. Now I think when you activate Elementor plugin, it redirects you to another page. Okay, so this is it. They just want to be, you know, on top of everything. So I'm gonna close this page and come back to WordPress, and then I'm also going to hide the whole Elementor thing going on here. So so now we need to go back to plugins and finish activating the plugins. I think it prevented the other ones from activating. So you want to activate this, you want to activate this. Come on now, help me. You can't group activate it, so you have to activate it one after the other. So you have to activate WooCommerce. That's because WooCommerce also will try to disrupt the process immediately you activate it, so to try to, you know, redirect you somewhere else. So let's wait for it. Okay, so this is it right here. What I'll just do is I'll say skip guided setup because I don't want to waste my time. I thought I said skip. Okay, where is my business located? So I'm just going to put the country where I currently am, Nigeria, and go to my store. I don't want any of these. People are just wasting my time. Okay, so now WooCommerce has set my store to coming soon. I'll just leave it. I don't want to disturb them. Let's make sure we've activated Stripe as well. So I'll go back to plugins and install plugins, and let's activate the last one, which is WooCommerce Stripe Payment Gateway. So activate, and we're good to go. So now that we've done that, it says as membership is turned on, blah blah blah, you need to make sure that you enable users to sign up. So what I'll do, I'll show you exactly what they are telling us. So if you go to settings and you come to general settings, that's the first thing you should do whenever you're starting like a WordPress install. So the first thing is, what's our site title? The title is Digital Hub, right? And the tagline will be for online courses and digital products. Okay, so basically you want to be a bit specific when you're specifying the tagline. So for example, what kind of courses do you specialize in? If you specialize in tech courses or web development courses or whatever, photography courses, you want to specify it here. All right, so you can also set your site icon. I don't think I have a site icon prepared, so I'm just going to leave this one first. Then the WordPress URL, blah blah blah. So you just want to come down and say save changes. Is there any other thing? Date format, time format. Yeah, so just go ahead and save changes. So once you've done that, I think there's something I missed. And that's why I even went there to show you. Okay, let me scroll down slowly. Okay, so you see this membership, anyone can register. This is what I missed. So click on it to make sure that you allow users to register on your platform, and then click on save changes. So by the time you do that, you will not see that notification again on the top of the dashboard. So it's gone. All right, so now that we've done this, we want to come to tutor LMS. Before that, you want to come to pages. I just want to see all the pages that have been created for me because we've installed a number of plugins. Naturally, they would add some pages for you. So you see we have checkout, instructor registration. Okay, so we have a number of pages. Okay, fine. So now you want to come to the appearance and theme. Is it theme now? Hold on, no. I'm trying to see exactly. Okay, you want to come to, is it tutor starter? Yeah, tutor starter. So come to tutor starter, just go to general, and is there anything we need to do here? Oh no, there's nothing we need to do here. You want to go to starter site. So tutor starter sites. So in this starter site, it's going to show you like the various theme options that are available when it comes to tutor LMS, right? So this is like if you want to sell a single course, so you can preview it to see what it looks like. So if you click on preview, to just open that site in a new page and show you. So for example, this is the one I like to use because marketplace, it's actually good for when you want other people to sell courses on your platforms as well. So let me just preview it and show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, right. So it looks nice, really. So let me close that up, and then I'll just come here and say I want to import this one. I almost made a mistake. So here it's telling me that I need to have this guy installed, and I don't have this guy installed. I'm not sure I installed this in the other one. Okay, no, that's because of Gutenberg. So if I go to Elementor, then it says I just need to have Tutor LMS Elementor add-on installed. So that's what I forgot. So let's just make sure we install this guy before we start our setup. So I'll copy the name, and then I'll just click cancel and go to plugins, and then I'll say add new plugin. So right now I'll just come here, paste in that name. Oh, I just made a mistake. Okay, so paste in that name and then install it. So that is Tutor LMS. I have this one, Elementor add-on, install. Perfect. So install and activate, since that's the last one, and then we can simply just come to the tutor starter here and then go to starter site. And okay, so now it's easy for us to just come here and say import. So make sure you select Elementor and then click on import now. What will happen is that it will import that template that we just saw, and then it will just dump it on top of your site to replace everything, all the settings and all of that from that template to your site. So the next set of things we need to do is to customize. All right, so if you know your way around Elementor, it shouldn't be too difficult for you to, you know, set up a site and then start customizing. So if we come here right now and we refresh this page, we should see something that looks a little bit nicer. So this is it right here. Okay, so this makes sense, at least for a start. So let me scroll down. So this is what we have. Yeah, so we're going to modify a bit. Okay, so first off, I will come to my backend, and then I'll go to, let's start with appearance and customize. So right click and open in a new tab because I still want this backend to be open. So I'll click on customize. That's because I just want to make some changes very quickly. So right here I will say there are specific things I want to change. So for example, this logo, let's start from top to bottom. So let's start with the logo. I'll say select logo, and then I have the logo that I've already created. Let me just bring it in. So I have some like stuff I've already created here. So for example, this is the logo I created for this particular project. So but I just want to bring it here so that I can drag and drop it. So I'll just drag and drop the logo. So that's the first. I will drag and drop an image, or maybe when I need to, okay, I think I need to do this one. I'll just drop this one as well, and then I'll drop this one, and also I will drop this one, so that I just know that the images I need, and lastly I'll drop this one. So I'll just know that the images I need, I've uploaded everything, you know. And I think I'll also drop this PDF. So the PDF will take some time because it's like, it didn't take time. Okay, internet is getting better. Okay, so right now what I need is the logo. So I'll select the logo one more time, and then I'll just look for my logo, which is, I think this one. That's my logo. So select your logo, and then first off, I'm not going to crop. I'll say skip cropping, and it's just going to be quite big, but don't worry. I'll now click on this retina logo, and then I'll select image. I'm still going to use the same logo, but this time I'm going to crop it a bit. Oh, sure, I didn't crop it. I'm sorry, I should have cropped it. So let's say change, and then it's not giving me the option to crop it. Wow. So let me remove, let me change, and this time I'll just try to crop this one. So select, aha. So let's crop this one first. like so. So it's not too, wide. So in terms of the height, I don't want it to be too. So I think this is fine. Then I would select the retina logo as well. I'm not quite seeing what I want. So for some reason, I don't know why. Anyway, let me just click on publish first. So I'll click on publish, and I don't know if I should refresh the page. Let me refresh the page. So here I'll click on the logo one more time, and then I'll click on retina logo. I want to crop the page a bit more. Okay, so for the retina logo, I'll just use the same thing, and then I'll just say publish. So is there any other thing? I think this works. So click on publish, and then let's go back and do some more changes. Is there any other thing I want to change? At this point, I can't say. Okay, so the logo for the footer. So let's select footer and footer bottom logo. So select, and let's use this one. And then I'll also set the same thing for the footer retina logo. This one, choose image, and then I'll just publish. Aha, so we have the logo in the footer, and then I'll click on publish. And I think for now, every other thing can wait. Every other thing can wait. All right. So, but I'll leave this one open just, for now. Let's come back here to this backend, and I'll click on pages. Now, it's from these pages that we can now start customizing this, our landing page, so that it looks like something like this. All right. So I'll come to pages, and let's look for our home page, which is this marketplace, right? So I'll open this one in a new tab with Elementor so that we can start customizing. So this is it right here. I'll click on skip, and then we're going to start our customization. This is Elementor page builder, in case this is the first time you're using it. So let's click on this point here, right? I hope you can see. And then I will just click on style. And what I want to do is I want to change this background image. So I'll say choose image, and then I'll choose this image I added earlier, and I'll just select. So that's going to change the image. And for some reason, I don't know why it's blurry. It's not supposed to be blurry. Oh wow. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I would remove the image. I'll remove the image, and hold on, I'm trying to figure out why it's blurry. I don't even know. Let me just confirm. Okay, now I know why it's blurry. So I have this smaller version of the image. That's what I used. So let me see if I can download the larger version of the image. So right click, and I'm not able to download it just yet. Okay, so I'll just need to get the original version of this image so that I can use it. That's what I'll do. Okay, so I got the original version of that image. So what I want to do here is I'm just going to say I want to change this image, and then I'll upload that original version, which is right here. I'm dropping it here. Aha, so this one would take, it's like up to like 1 megabyte. I'm not sure. So yeah, so it's 1 megabyte. Now for something like this, you want to maybe compress it, and there are several tools you can use to compress, either when you're uploading or before you upload. So but that's not the focus now. So I'll just add that, and you see that we have a brighter image. So now that we've done that, let's do some edits. So here I'll change this text here to click on the text, and then just say business hub. Is it business hub or digital hub? Digital hub. So just change that name, and then we can just scroll down a bit. Okay, let me shrink this up so that we have, so we can scroll down a bit, and then all of these buttons here, they're supposed to link to somewhere. So you can actually just click on them and just add a link to where they're supposed to link. So for example, if you wanted to link to your course page, this is where you're going to add the link. And the simple way you can do that is just come here. Come here, and then just copy, right click, and then just say copy link address, if you come to your Elementor, you can now paste that link address here, so that will link to that specific page. So but for now, I'm just going to scroll down. I'll leave this looks nice. This is also listing all the course, so it looks nice. I want to change this to English though. So if I come here, you'll see that I changed it to English and it actually said something meaningful. So this is it right here. So I'll just say Ctrl C, and then I'll come here and then I'll select this guy and slot it in here, Ctrl V. So that's one. Then I don't need this latest news, right? I'll remove that. This one as well, I don't need it, so I'll remove this blog post, and then that's it. So now there's one more section we want to add, but for now we're not ready to add it, so I will not stress myself about that section. I'll just leave it, and then I'll click on publish. So now that I've done this, if I come here to the front end of the website and I refresh this page, we should be able to see changes on the website. So this makes sense, it's perfect. I'll scroll down a bit. We're on the right track. Okay, so let's proceed. I'll come back here to my back end and I'll go to appearance and menu. So what I want to do is I want to add some extra pages to the menu. All right, so this is the footer menu. We want to edit the primary menu, so select the primary menu, and then we're just going to add some pages to it. So I want to add the account page, this one, and the shop page, which is I think, hold on. Okay, I think this is the shop page, but it's supposed to have shop in front of it. I don't know why it's not having that. Anyway, I'm just gonna add them. I don't want to waste too much time here. So my account page and shop page, and I think it's okay like this. However, if I expand this guy, let me see if there's any condition. Okay, so there's no condition. Perfect. So let's just click on save changes and we're good to go. And you're going to see why we are adding these guys here. So now that we have done the initial setup, let's come to tutor elements and come to settings. Now we can set up tutor elements the way we want it. So first off, it's asking us for the dashboard page, terms and conditions page. If you don't have a terms and conditions page, just go and create one, but we do have a terms and conditions page. Then it says enable marketplace. This enable marketplace is if you want other people to sell their courses on your platform and then you make a percentage of every sale. So I'm going to enable it because I also want to make money from other people. Pagination, we can leave that as is. Allow instructors to publish course. Yes, you want them. Allow instructors to trash course. For now, no. Okay, become an instructor button, definitely. Then you want to click on save changes. So that's the general setting. Now let's come to course, which is very important. I'll scroll up. Course visibility, student must be logged into view course. Definitely not. Course access, allow instructors to access course without enrolling. Of course, you want to be able to check a course and see what's going on. Content summary, auto redirect to courses after purchase. Yes, definitely. Spotlight mode, well, I want to set spotlight mode so that we don't have the header when the user is taking the course. The header takes a lot of space, so you just want them to see the course. Autocomplete course on all lesson completion. Yes, definitely. Flexible course retake, students can retake course if they like. Publish course review on admin approval. WP editor for lessons, no, you don't need that. Wait, hold on. Enable classic editor to edit lessons. No, I don't think that's necessary. Quiz, when time expires, either you auto submit the quiz or you auto abandon. Okay, so maybe I'll just auto submit when the quiz time expires, but for now I'll not be creating quizzes. I'll just be creating courses. Okay, so preferred video source. Now this is the courses you're publishing on the platform. Where do you want the videos to come from? So what I'll just do is I'll just say YouTube and external URL. If you're professionally creating courses, then you definitely don't want to use YouTube, and you definitely don't want to upload the videos to your platform, which is what this HTML5 stands for. So for me, I use a service which is bunny.net. You can upload your videos on bunny.net and just add the link to your website. Okay, but burning.net is not free. It's like AWS S3 bucket, but it's a lot better. So let's go ahead and save changes, and then let's come to monetization. So I'll click on monetization, and okay, so let's go up, select e-commerce engine. So just come here and select WooCommerce. Automatically complete WooCommerce order, yes. Enable revenue sharing, yes. Now how many percentage do you want to take from your instructors? Well, 20% seems fair. Okay, so I'll just leave that. Deduct fees. No, don't deduct any fees. But like, if you have like processing fee from Stripe, right, you want to, Stripe takes 3%, right? It's percentage. Stripe takes 3% for every transaction, 2.9% actually. So here I'm just going to say processing fee, because that's going to go to Stripe. Then withdrawal, okay, 80%, sorry, $80, and must be 7 days. Okay, bank transfer, so that's fine. So basically these are just very basic settings. Then design, this one is just how do you want your website to look. I don't think there's anything much to change here. There's nothing much to change here. Instructor list layouts, this one is fine, this one is fine. Okay, so this one you just want to go through it, the cost details, the page features rather. I think most of these are fine. There's really nothing I would like, you know, want to take out. These are your themes. Use tutor player for YouTube. Okay, I think you can use tutor player for YouTube. Use tutor player for Vimeo. Okay, I'm not using Vimeo now. So go ahead and save changes. Then last but not the least is advanced. Okay, so to enable tutor login, profile completion. Okay, I'll just leave this one as it is. Like I said, it's just some advanced settings. All right, so now that we are done with tutor LMS, we can now start creating courses. All right, so if you come to courses, you would see where we have all the courses that came with the imported templates. But you don't want to sell these demo courses, you want to sell your own course. So but I'm seeing Naira here, so what I want to do is I want to sell my courses in dollars. So I'll go to settings and general, and in that settings and general I'll change my currency to dollars. Where is it now? Okay, so for some reason I can't find it. Oh no, not settings, WooCommerce and settings. So right here I'm going to change my currency to dollars. Okay, so here, and I'll say US dollars. So United States dollars, and then make sure you save. Okay, good. So now let's go ahead and upload and create our first course, which is like the main purpose of the entire tutorial. So for us to do that, first off, we need to create a WooCommerce product. Now my first course is going to be this one, full stack Next.js course, which is actually a course I created on my own website, xenotrustacademy.com. So this is my own website, and if I scroll down here, you see that it's one of the courses I created, you know, and I create a lot of tech courses, and I create the best courses on the internet because of the way I take my time to explain and to break down programming concepts. So you can actually check it out. So but I'm going to come here and I'll just copy this name. Okay, then next I'll come to let's just say we're in the backend WooCommerce, and then we'll look for products, and then I'll say add new. That is because when you want to create a course with tutor LMS, you first have to create a WooCommerce product that has maybe the same name or something like that. So I'll create this product. I'm not adding any description, nothing, just price. So I'll say, for example, 30, and I want to sell the course for 19. Okay, that's all, nothing else, no scenario, not. So now I think here I can just add the image for the course. So product category, I can just add maybe Next.js now, for example. So Next.js, because it's a Next.js course, and then just say add new category. Then what else? The image is important too. So set product image. So just click here. We've already uploaded the product image, which is this one. So set product image, and then that's it. Publish. So you see, basically the name and the price are the main things we're adding, and then we publish. Now that you've added the product in this place, you can now come and create the course. So come to Tutor LMS and say courses. Now I must point out something to you, but we're using the free version of Tutor LMS. If you're buying the pro version of Tutor LMS, and the button is right here to upgrade to pro, you don't need to create the WooCommerce product. Everything will be done for you when you create the course. All right, so I just wanted to point that out. So but for now, I'll click on add new course, and then it's just going to show me the interface. So here you want to bring in that name you copied. So let's just go through the motions, right? And then I'm just going to copy this one. Okay, who should enroll? I think I'll just copy up to this place, or maybe I'll just copy everything really instead of this one. So just copy everything, it's important. I'll say Ctrl+C, and then I'll come here and slot that in. All right, then I'll scroll down. So now it's telling us the general settings. We want to enable Q&A. Is there any other thing? Difficulty level intermediate, maximum student 0, which is unlimited. Course type is going to be paid. And then now we are now going to select a product. So you see that product we created, this one, full stack Next.js course. You will now select it. Then you can now add a topic. But before we add a topic, let's finish this one. So what will I learn? And I think in the original one, I said that what did I say they will learn, Seth? I said, okay, I said they will learn this and this. So let me just copy this. They will learn a lot. So what will I learn? I'll put this one. Oh, really? Okay. Then in the next line, I'll put the second one. So it's going to be per line, one per line. So let's put the second one. Perfect. Then target audience. So we already have the target audience we created somewhere here. So this is the audience. I'll just copy it like so, and then I'll just paste it in. Then total duration, let's just say it's maybe 20 hours. I don't know. The materials included, I already have that as well. I think I said source code and maybe ebook or something. Materials included, so I said 2. So copy that and then just slot it here. Requirement and instruction, I think we also have that as well. This one. So they must have a basic knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and some React. Then you paste that in as well. Let's make sure okay. So basically, then the video source. Now this video source, when you're on the course landing page, this first video that shows you like what the course is about, that's the video source, right? So what I can do is I can just maybe open this one in YouTube. Okay, this is the listing, this is the link. So I'll just copy this link, right? And then I'll come here and select this one and say YouTube, and then I'll paste that link. So you see, this is the YouTube link I've pasted. At this point then, I think it's safe for me to save, but let me add a featured image first. So that same image I added for WooCommerce, which is this one, the course image, I'll set it as a featured image, and then I'll just scroll up and see. For this one, I will add a category and say Next.js. So add category. Then you can also add a tag, just anything that relates to what you're doing. So Next.js, React, programming, or something like that. Then click on publish. Wow, that took us a while. So setting up your course page, actually you should devote some time to do it well, so that it's like a marketing, landing page. So next, you can preview the course and see what it looks like. So I'll say preview. So this is what the course landing page looks like currently. So I'll just scroll down to show you. Looks really nice. If you play the video plays. Hello my friends, and welcome to. Okay, let me pause that, and then I'm just going to scroll down a bit. If you say show more, it shows you the description in full and all of that. So there's just one more thing that is required for this page to be complete, and that is your course outline. So if you come back here, right, we can add the course outline. So let me scroll down and I'll show you. So so this is the course builder. So if I say add new topic, I'm just going to say introduction, and then I'll say add topic. Okay, so that's the first topic. Now in each topic box you can have lessons and quiz. So for now I'm just going to add a lesson, and here I'll just say course demo. So course demo, and I'll scroll down, and then I'll select the video source. So you can add a video, you can add text. All right, if you can add both. So I'll just say this is the course demo. If you have a link, you can add the link for people to download something. Then so I'll select video source. I'll say the video is maybe 22 minutes, and then I'm just going to, I've not selected video source, I'm sorry, YouTube, and then I'll just paste in that YouTube video, I think, and then I'll say update. So that's our first lesson, and basically you first add a topic, and then under that topic you now add lessons. So maybe I'll just add 2 topics. This one will be, what do I even call this second one? I think project setup, like so, and then I'll just say add new topic. So here you also want to add some lessons, and it's just be the same name really. What's going on here now? So I'll just say set up project, like so, and then I'll just say maybe the same thing, because I don't have any video I want to post now, and then I'll just say update. So now that you've done that, if you come here and you refresh this page, you should be able to see the 2 topics and lessons that you added. So you see here we now have course content, introduction, project setup. Perfect. So we've been able to create a course. The next thing we want to do is see how we can create an ebook. So let's go back, and I think we can close some of these things. 1 2 3. For now I think I can close this one too. Okay, I'll need this one definitely. Okay, so I'll come back here, and to create an ebook I would click on the products. So where is the product? It's below WooCommerce. I know you are seeing it, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm not seeing where the product is. This is serious. So marketing product. Okay, good. So here I'll say add new product, and basically I want to add an ebook. So the name of this product is, wait, let me look for the ebook. So it's in my shop. So this is my ebook right here. I'll just click on it to expand it so that I can just get the information from it. So this is my ebook right here. I'll copy this ebook like so, and then I'm just going to come here and set it as the product name. So Ctrl V. The product is going to have a description. So if you come here, I'll just copy all of this text as my description for the product, and then I'll just slot it in here as well. So that's my description. Now in my product category, I'm going to create a new category which I'll call ebook, right? And then I'll say add category. So that's what I'll select. Now this product is going to have an image, and I already imported the image, this one here, digital blah 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 marketing. Is there any other thing? The price. So same thing, 30, but I'm going to sell it for 15. Now, because it's an ebook, you want to make sure you check this virtual and you want to say digital. I think there's something I missed when I was doing the tutor LMS product, but I think I can go back. So, but after you've said virtual and digital, you want to now add the ebook. So here I'll say add file, and then I'll say choose file. So I already uploaded this ebook here. I'm not sure. No, this txt. I know I uploaded okay, this is the ebook right here. So you say insert file, and then just give the ebook a name. So I'll just use the same name here as the name of the ebook, and then I'll scroll down and slot that in there. Oh, sorry. Okay, so now that I've done that, is there any other thing? You can add product tag if you want, but I think that's it. And then I'll click on publish. Now let me show you, there's something I forgot when I was creating the products for tutor LMS. So I'll go to my all products, and then I'll just try to edit this product for tutor LMS so that I'll just show you what I missed. So if you scroll down to where we're adding the price, so this is the price, you're going to see this for tutor. So make sure you check this box so that it knows that it's a product that's associated with tutor LMS. So that's one. The second thing is that if you come to tutor LMS and settings, there is a settings you can toggle such that you're not going to see the tutor LMS products on your shop page, because you want them to be associated exclusively to the course page, not the shop page. So I think that needs to come in the excuse me, I'm not sure, I need to check. So course, so but even under the course settings, I noticed that enable lesson comments, I did not enable it. You want to make sure you enable that. There's something I'm looking for that I have not seen, and I don't think it's here. So I think it's in monetization. So let's go to monetization and let's see, we'll be able to find it here. No, it's not here as well. I think design, I'm not sure. Oh, where is that setting? So is the settings that hides, okay, it says hide course products on shop page. You want to make sure this is checked. All right, you want to make sure this is checked. All right, course archive page, I think this one is already set. Let me just come here. I think it's already set. So if you go to course list, you should be able to see all the courses. Yeah, so it's already set. So basically we just come here and we click on save changes, and then that's it. All right, so now let's finish up the ebook. So if you come here and you go to the shop page, you should be able to see, oh, we're not seeing the ebook. Have we not created the ebook? Or maybe this is not the original shop page. So to be sure that we're on the actual shop page, because right here what I'm seeing is shop-2, so that means we're not on the original shop page. So to be sure that we're on the original shop page, let us go to the appearance and menu. Okay, so it's possible that we have two shop pages. So I'm just going to look for, let me increase the size of the, so this is the shop we imported. Obviously it's not what we want, so I'll say view all, and shop. Can't find it. Let me say search, and I'll say shop op. All right, okay, for some reason that's the only page that is here, and still not. Okay, let me go to pages and check on all the pages. Sample page, I think we have a second. We have shop. Oh, that's the only page. Oh, and I don't know why it's not why it's not showing the product. Okay, no problem. We're going to come back and find and fix that. So but what we're going to do now is let's come to this Elementor view for our home page, and we're going to just add the section that displays the ebook. So remember, this is the home page in Elementor. I'm shrinking it back. So what I'll do is I'll scroll down and I'll duplicate this one, this section. I'll right click and then I'll say duplicate. So that's the first duplicate, right? Then I also would right click on this section here and I'll duplicate it as well. Okay, perfect. So let's bring this one, drag it above. Okay, so we have this course section, and then I'm just going to come down here and modify this section to be the ebook section. So first off, let's right click and delete this one. So I'll say delete, and then I'll come here and make this one centered, and then I'll also change this text here to featured ebooks. All right, let me come here and just save myself some time. I'll go to the home page. So this is me on the home page and I'm scrolling down. So this is it, featured ebooks, and then I'll just grab this text. I don't know what I wrote there again, but I know it's some good stuff. So click here and paste in what I wrote there, and then you also want to come to style and center it. So now what do we have here? We have this same thing, but that's not what we want. So I'll right click on this pencil icon and delete this one, and then I'll come here and click on this plus icon to add an element. The name of that element is going to have list in it. So who product list is the element. So I'll come here and drop it here. Aha, so you see we have this and other things, but that's not what we want. We want only ebooks to be displayed here. So we just come here and scroll down. It says title. We want to come to query, and you want to select manual selection. Then I will now come to this select product and say ebook. Oh, sorry, not ebook, rather digital. Did I not just type digital? Oh, sorry, digital. All right, so digital marketing guide. So basically you can select any number of products you want and it's just going to be displayed here. You can also play around with the settings, right? But for now I don't think I want to play around with the settings, but you can play around with the layout settings and all of that. So now I have this section here. All I'm just going to do is publish. I publish it and I go back to the home page, I'm sorry, and I refresh this one. All right, so basically we're having something that looks like what we had before. If you scroll down, perfect. So we have this also here. So the last thing we need to do is to integrate Stripe so that we can accept payments. So I'm going to come here to the back end, and then I'll just come to WooCommerce and settings. Now you want to come and click on payments, and okay, if you click on account and privacy, there's something I think I missed. Okay, so here it just says enable guest checkout. Now you don't want to do this. You want to make sure you get the details of your users. In some cases you can enable guest checkout, but you are a young business person, I assume, like you're just starting and all of that. Make sure you get the details of your user in case there's an issue. Allow customer to create an account during checkout on the my account page. That's fine. I'll uncheck this so that they can use their password immediately, and then I'll just leave that and just click on save. So next I'm going to come to payment, and for this particular one we're going to integrate with Stripe. But like I said before, you can integrate with Flutterwave or Paystack or any other payment gateway, PayPal too, as far as it's supported in your country. So I'll tick this checkbox and it will just enable Stripe. So basically you want to now connect your Stripe account. I already have my Stripe account logged in. Let me show you. This is my test Stripe account. So just make sure you create a Stripe account in stripe.com, and then just, you'll be able to do what I'm doing. So if you come here, I'll say I want to connect a test account, because for you to verify your Stripe account, you need to have some extra information. So if I just say continue activating, it's going to ask me for all of those information, which I don't want to use for this one. So for now, I'm just going to connect the test account, and it's just going to integrate the test keys for me. So give it a couple of seconds while it's communicating with the APIs, the Stripe APIs. So this is it right here. It has showed me 2 accounts I created in that Stripe account. And if I click connect, it will ask me for some other information that I don't have. So I'll just click on skip this form. So what it will do is that it will just connect and get my API keys, which are these keys here, the publishable key and the secret key. So to get those keys, and it will add them to my e-commerce website. So if you come down here, you see enable Stripe is ticked, test mode is ticked, and all of that. Perfect. I think that's it. So now we can now test and see, okay, this work we have been doing, did we really do it well? So let me remove this Stripe out of the picture and just put it somewhere here. And then I'll just copy this URL, Ctrl C, and let's open an incognito tab, Ctrl V, enter. What's going on here? Oh, okay, I think I understand what's going on here. So if you look at this thing, you see stock coming soon, and that's coming from WooCommerce. So there's this new thing they did in WooCommerce where, like, you have a coming soon page. So right now you want to set your store to live and save changes. Your site will now be available everywhere. So once you've done that, you can now maybe visit site. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this one again and then go to an incognito tab and paste it in. Hit enter. Oh, for some reason I'm still getting this. That means there's an issue with my cache on the server, so I need to clear my cache for it to work. So for us to clear our server cache, I'm going to come here to my server and I'll click on application settings. So you're going to see a lot of things here. So you see purge site cache. So basically you can even disable the vanish. This vanish is like a caching system, but here what I'll just do, I'll just say purge cache. It will take it like a couple of seconds and it will clear the cache on the server cache and all of that, so that you can be able to access your website in real time, and any change you make will be accessed as well. So just give it a couple of seconds and it should purge. So that process is complete. All I just need to do now is to go back to my incognito tab and paste that same URL and hit enter. Now we should be getting the site that we are currently working on. And well, I don't think the cache is completely purged because the menu is not displaying the way I want it to, but I can also work on that. So let me not close this. Let me just bring it somewhere outside, and then I'll just come here to my appearance and menu, appearance, and where is it? Menu. And then I'm just going to do it the way it's supposed to be. So for example, let's say this marketplace, now I will change it to home. I'll say home. Then what else? Then the my account, I'll change it to just account, and I think that's about it. And then I'll just say save menu. All right. Okay, so now let me bring this back in, and then I'll just refresh this page. Okay, so it's a lot better now. It's the changes I made to the menu has not even reflected because of the cache thing. So I'll probably just disable that cache thing later. All right. So but let's try and interact with the site. So what I'll do is I'll try to maybe buy this course. So let me just say add to cart. So you see, as I try to add to cart, it's asking me to register. So let me try and register with Donald Z email. So let's come here, slot in the email as the password and slot it again and say register. Okay, that email has already been used. Oh, okay, that's the email I'm currently using. I'm sorry. So let me just change it to admin. Oh, sorry, here, admin. Okay, so I'll just use this one. Oh, why am I wasting time with this stuff, bro? So slot that in like so and like so. Okay, so register with this email, and now we can add this course to our cart. So let's go and view the cart, and then we can, yeah, so let's proceed to checkout. $19, and then I'm just going to add an address. So let's just add any address here. Okay, I'll close this one, and then I'll just try to pay. So that's 42424242. So 442424. Okay, perfect. And then let's click on place order. So let's see. So it's telling us please enter a valid zip code. Oh, that's because our address. So let's just say so let's just actually choose this address, and the zip code will automatically become valid. We need to select a state. Okay, so let's see and place order. So it should work now. So give it a couple of seconds, our order should process, and we should have access to that course. So perfect. So we get this tick, and it has redirected us to the course, and you can see our enrolled courses is 1, and we can start learning. Let me start learning. So we have access to the course. Perfect. So let's close this one up, and the same thing is going to apply if we try to buy the ebook, which is the ebook right here. We'll be able to download it once we've bought it, this one. But of course, I'm not going to go ahead and buy it because I've already done that in the demo. So basically, this is how you can set up your platform to sell online courses, both for you and for other instructors, and to sell digital product like ebooks, similar to what Udemy and Gumroad does. Now, if you enjoyed this video, we've come to the end of the video, but if you enjoyed the video and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Support me by interacting with the video, leave a like, leave a comment, and all of that. Thank you so much, and I will see you in another one.